Welcome to Calmheal, your sanctuary for peace and mindfulness. Have you ever wondered, amidst life's endless chaos, how some find unshakable calm? Picture this: a weary traveler, lost in a storm, suddenly finds stillness beneath a tree. The Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within, do not seek it without." Today, we'll uncover his timeless secret to a tranquil mind, no matter the world's noise. What hidden wisdom could transform your day, your life? Stay with me as we explore a path to serenity that's simpler than you think. Let's start this journey together, walking gently toward the heart of peace. Picture a noisy city street, horns blaring, people hurrying, deadlines looming like dark clouds. In the midst of it all, a young woman named Linh sits calmly on a park bench. Her phone vibrates nonstop. Her thoughts swirl with stress, yet she closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and smiles faintly. What does she understand that we might not? The Buddha taught us a simple truth. The mind is like a wild monkey, jumping endlessly from one branch to another. But with awareness, we can bring it to rest. In the Dhammapada, a cherished Buddhist text, he said, "All that we are comes from our thoughts. The mind creates everything." Linh once felt buried under life's chaos. She'd wake up drained, scroll through overwhelming news, and bear the weight of a world moving too fast. Then she found a Zen teaching. You don't need to stop the storm, just find its quiet eye. Curious, she sat still for 5 minutes, watching her breath. No elaborate rituals, no special tools, just her, the air, and a fleeting pause. This is the secret we're unveiling. Peace isn't about fleeing the noise. It's about finding calm within it. Imagine a lotus flower, blooming pure in murky water. The mud doesn't stain it, it feeds it. Our struggles, stress, fear, doubt, can nourish us too if we shift our gaze. Linh didn't quit her job or hide in a monastery. She just paused, breathed, and let her thoughts float like clouds in an open sky. Try it now, right where you are. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Feel the cool air, then let it out softly. Notice your chest rise, then fall. That's mindfulness, a treasure the Buddha called sati. It's about being fully present, not stuck in the past or racing to the future. In the Satipatthana Sutta, he taught that the breath grounds us, tames the wild mind, and clears a path to stillness. Why does this matter in our busy lives? Work mounts, traffic crawls, duties pull us in every direction. I once met Tuan, a taxi driver in Hanoi. He'd drive 10 hours daily, trapped in jams, hearing passengers complain. He told me, "I used to fume inside, gripping the wheel, raging silently." Then a monk said, "Anger is a hot coal you hold. You're the one burnt." So, Tuan started breathing instead. At stoplights, he'd count. 1, 2, 3. By 10, his shoulders dropped, his tension faded. This isn't a miracle, it's a habit. The Buddha didn't promise a perfect life. He gave us ways to live in this one without sinking. Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh teaches, breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. So easy, yet so vital. Tuan found peace in his cab, even amid horns. Linh reclaimed her mornings with 5 still minutes. What could it do for you? Let's make it real. Picture your day, coffee brewing, phone pinging, maybe kids tugging at you. It's loud, messy, but also a chance. The Buddha saw every moment as a teacher. Spilled coffee? A lesson in release. A harsh word? A test of patience. This isn't about being flawless, it's about being here. Next time you're rushed, pause. Feel your feet on the ground. Take 3 slow breaths. Feel the strain lift, even slightly. The beauty of this secret is its simplicity. No temple needed, no guide, no hour of quiet. Zen master Dogen wrote, "One moment of sitting is enlightenment itself." A single breath can change your day. I knew a woman, who bickered with her husband constantly. She began sitting quietly each night, not to fix him, but to find her own peace. Over time, her words softened, her heart widened. He noticed, and their home grew stiller. This isn't about changing the world outside. It's about tending your inner space. The Buddha likened the mind to a garden. Plant anger, it spreads. Plant peace, it flowers. Lin sowed calm on her bench. Tuan planted patience in his cab. My nurtured kindness in silence. What will you plant today? Maybe just one mindful breath, a seed small enough to fit anywhere. Let's go further. In Buddhist prayer, we say, "May I be peaceful, may I be happy, may I be free." Whisper it now, feel its pulse. It's not a wish for tomorrow, it's a practice for today. When life pulls you, this steadies you. A student once told me she used it during exams, her fear fading with each phrase. Small steps, deep shifts. Here's your first tool, the breath. It's free, yours, always there. The Buddha called it a bridge between body and mind. Cross it when you're lost. Lin did, Tuan did, my did. They're not saints, just people like us, finding calm in chaos. Think of your day, what's your storm? A tight deadline, a noisy room, a racing heart? Right now, breathe in, breathe out. Feel at ease. But this is only the beginning. The Buddha's secret grows through practice, not perfection. In Zenteachings, we hear, the path is the goal. Every breath, every pause, builds peace. Lin learned this on her bench, watching leaves drift. Tuan felt it in his cab, letting horns fade. I saw it in her home, tensions melting. You can too. What if, today, you took one mindful step? Let's walk this path together. Now, let's deepen our walk together, exploring how peace grows beyond the breath. Imagine a stormy night, rain pounding, wind howling, yet a small candle flickers steadily in a window. That's the mind when we nurture it. The Buddha taught that suffering arises not from the world, but from our clinging, wanting things to be different, holding on to pain. He said in the Four Noble Truths, there is suffering, but there is also a way out. What if, instead of fighting life's storms, we learn to dance with them? That's where true calm begins. Consider a man named Kwa, a father of two, juggling work and family. Bills stacked high, kids chow-nod, his temper flared daily. He'd snap, then regret it, trapped in a cycle of guilt. One evening, he heard a Buddhist prayer, "Let go of what you cannot hold, and peace will find you." It struck him. He realized he couldn't control everything, deadlines, tantrums, the weather, but he could control his response. So he tried something small. When anger rose, he'd step back, breathe, and watch it pass. This is the Buddha's second gift, letting go. In Zen teachings, it's called non-attachment, not apathy, but freedom. Think of a river. It flows, not clinging to rocks, yet it carves mountains over time. Kwa didn't stop caring for his family. He stopped gripping so tight. The next time his son spilled juice, he paused, smiled, and grabbed a towel instead of shouting. That shift, so subtle, brought relief, not just to him, but to his home. Let's feel this ourselves. Think of something weighing on you, a worry, a grudge, a fear. Hold it in your mind, then imagine it as a leaf on a stream. Watch it float away, not with force, but with ease. The Buddha taught in the Samyutta Nikaya, what you resist persists, what you release dissolves. Letting go isn't losing, it's lightness. Kwa found this when he stopped wrestling every moment. What could you release today? This practice isn't new, but it's timeless. I met an old woman, Hoa, selling flowers in a market. She'd smile despite long hours, sore feet, and rude customers. I asked her secret. She said, "A monk once told me, hold life like a butterfly. Too tight, you crush it. Too loose, it flies away." She'd hum a Buddhist prayer as she worked. May all beings be at ease. That simple tune kept her steady, even when sales were low or rain soaked her stall. Hoa's story shows us, peace isn't perfection. It's perspective. The Buddha didn't erase suffering. He reframed it. In Zen teachings, Thich Nhat Hanh says, no mud, no lotus. Challenges aren't enemies. They're soil for growth. Hoa didn't curse the rain. She saw it watering her flowers. Kwa didn't fight his kid's mess. He saw it as life unfolding. Next time you're stuck, traffic, a quarrel, a delay, pause. Ask, what's the lotus here? It's a quiet revolution in how you see. Let's try a practice now. Sit comfortably, close your eyes if you can, and bring to mind a small frustration. Maybe it's a task undone, a harsh word, a restless night. Breathe in, say silently, I see you. Breathe out, I let you go. Repeat 3 times. Feel the weight lift, even a little. This is mindfulness in action, a tool the Buddha honed over years beneath the Bodhi tree. It's yours now, free and simple. Why does this work? Because we're not the storm, we're the sky it passes through. Kwa learned this when his daughter cried for hours. Instead of yelling, he sat, breathed, and held her gently. The crying didn't stop, but his frustration did. In the Anapanasati Sutta, the Buddha taught that awareness of feelings, anger, sadness, joy, frees us from their grip. Name them, see them, let them drift. Kwa's calm became a gift to his child, a ripple of peace. This isn't theory, it's life. Think of your own storms, a missed bus, a sharp email, a sleepless worry. We often cling, replaying, resisting. But what if we didn't? I knew a student, Lon, who failed an exam she'd studied hard for. She'd cry, blame herself, spiral. Then she'd try to Zen practice, sit with it, then set it free. She'd breathe, feel the disappointment, then let it go like sand through her fingers. Days later, she smiled again, ready to try anew. The Buddha's secret here is surrender, not defeat, but trust. In Buddhist prayer, we chant, I take refuge in the Dharma, the path of truth. It's a reminder, life flows, and we can flow too. Lon didn't erase failure, she stopped wrestling it. Kwa didn't silence his kids, he softened his heart. Hoa didn't chase perfect days, she welcomed each one. What storm can you surrender to today? Not to lose, but to lighten? Let's weave this into your day. Next time irritation strikes, a slow line, a loud neighbor, pause. Feel it in your body. Tight jaw, racing pulse. Breathe in, name it. This is anger. Breathe out, release it. I let it go. No fight, no force, just flow. Zen Master Dogen said. To study the self is to forget the self. When we stop clinging to me and mine, peace sneaks in. Try it once today, see what shifts. This builds on the breath, layering awareness with release. Kwa found it in fatherhood, Hoa in her market stall, Lon in her studies. Ordinary people, extraordinary calm. The Buddha taught that clinging fuels suffering. Let go, and suffering fades. In the Majjhima Nikaya, he likened it to dropping a burden you've carried too long. Feel your shoulders now, are they tight? Breathe, release. That's the secret unfolding. So, here's your second tool, letting go. It's not passive, it's power. Hoa let go of grumbling customers, blooming where she stood. Kwa released his temper, growing patience instead. Lon shed her shame, finding strength. What burden can you drop? Maybe it's a thought, a plan, a past regret. Start small, one breath, one release. The Buddha promised this path leads inward, to a calm no storm can shake. Let's keep exploring it together. Let's take another step together, uncovering how peace blossoms through understanding. Picture a crowded train, strangers pressed close, voices overlapping, tension thick in the air. Among them, a man named Duk sits quietly, eyes soft, unbothered by the jostling. What keeps him steady when others fray? The Buddha taught us compassion, a gentle lens to see the world. In the Metta Sutta, he said, as a mother protects her child, so cultivate boundless love for all beings. Compassion isn't just kindness, it's the root of calm, a shield against chaos. Duk wasn't always this way. He'd grumble at slow walkers, snap at loud talkers, his days a tangle of irritation. One morning, stuck in traffic, he heard a monk on the radio. Everyone carries a hidden wound. See it, and anger fades. It hit him. The honking driver might be late for work, the rude passenger escaping a hard day. Duk began to wonder, what if he looked deeper? So, he tried a Buddhist prayer. May you be safe, may you be at peace. Silently, he sent it to strangers around him. This is the Buddha's third gift, loving kindness, or metta. It's not about fixing others, it's about softening ourselves. Think of sunlight breaking through clouds. It doesn't change the storm, but it warms everything beneath. Duk didn't stop traffic jams, he stopped fighting them. Next time a coworker barked, he paused, breathed, and thought, they're struggling too. His tension eased, his voice softened. Compassion became his anchor, steadying him where resentment once ruled. Let's try it now. Bring to mind someone who annoys you, a loud neighbor, a sharp boss. Close your eyes if you can, breathe in, and say silently, "May you be well." Breathe out, "May you be happy." Repeat twice. Feel your heart shift, even slightly. The Buddha taught that metta dissolves the walls we build. Duc found this on his train, wishing peace to strangers. What wall could it melt for you? This isn't just theory, it's alive. I met a nurse, Phong, who worked endless shifts, patients yelling, exhaustion gnawing her patience. She'd fume silently, drained by night's end. Then she learned a Zen teaching. See others as yourself. They too seek happiness, fear pain. She started whispering a Buddhist prayer between rounds. May you find ease, may you find rest. One day, an angry patient softened when she smiled. Not because he changed, but because she did. Fong's calm rippled outward. The Buddha knew this. Compassion heals the giver first. In Zenteachings, Thich Nhat Hanh says, understanding is love's other name. When we see others' struggles, judgment fades, peace grows. Phong didn't erase rude words. She saw past them. Duc didn't quiet the train. He quieted his mind. Next time someone cuts you off, on the road, in words, pause. Ask, what's their wound? It's a small turn that opens a wide door. Let's practice deeper. Sit still, breathe in, picture a friend, a stranger, even yourself. Say softly, may we be free from suffering. Breathe out, may we know peace. Do this for a minute. Feel the warmth spread, subtle but real. The Buddha honed this under stars, teaching that metta is a river, flowing to all, cleansing us too. Phong felt it in her ward, Duc on his commute. Where could it flow for you today? Why does this calm us? Because it shifts the lens. We're not separate, battling others. We're connected, sharing this messy life. I knew a teacher, Nam, who'd clash with a stubborn student. He'd argue, stress mounting, until he tried a Zen trick. See his eyes, not his words. One day he looked, really looked, and saw fear, not defiance. He softened, said, I'm here to help. The student relaxed, and so did Nam. Compassion bridged them. This isn't weakness, it's strength. The Buddha taught that anger binds us, love frees us. In the Karaniya Metta Sutta, he urged, radiate boundless love, above, below, all around. Nam didn't win an argument. He won peace. Phong didn't silence patience. She soothed herself. Duc didn't fix the train. He fixed his heart. Think of your day. What sparks your ire? A slow clerk, a curt reply? Right now, breathe. Wish them well. Feel the shift. Let's bring this home. Next time frustration flares, a late friend, a noisy street, pause. Feel your pulse quicken, then slow it with a breath. Say silently, may they be at ease. No need to speak it, just feel it. Zen Master Dogen said, enlightenment is intimacy with all things. When we embrace, not push, peace settles in. Try it once today, notice what softens. This builds on letting go, adding connection. Duc found it in crowds, Phong in chaos, Nam in conflict. Ordinary lives, transformed by metta. The Buddha taught that compassion cuts the root of suffering, ours and theirs. In the Sutta Dhammapada, he likened it to a mother's love, vast yet simple. Feel your breath now. Are you holding tension? Breathe out, send kindness. That's the secret growing. Here's your third tool, loving kindness. It's a quiet force, yours to wield. Phong sent it to patients, healing her own fatigue. Duc offered it to strangers, steadying his ride. Nam gave it to his student, calming his classroom. What friction can it smooth for you? Maybe a family spat, a work clash, a stranger's glare. Start small, one breath, one wish. The Buddha promised this opens the heart, rooting peace deep within. Let's carry it forward together. Let's move forward together, discovering how peace thrives through presence. Imagine a busy market, vendors shouting, crowds pushing, smells and sounds swirling in a dizzying dance. Amid it all, a woman named Yin stands at her stall, calm as a still pond. Her hands move steadily, her eyes bright, untouched by the rush. What keeps her grounded when chaos reigns? The Buddha taught us mindfulness, the art of living fully in this moment. In the Satipatthana Sutta, he said, "Dwell in the here and now, aware of body, breath, and mind." Yin wasn't born calm. She'd fret over sales, snap at slow buyers, her mind a storm of worry. One day, a friend shared a Zen teaching. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow isn't here. Only now is real. It clicked. She started noticing the weight of a fruit in her hand, the chatter of voices, the breeze on her face. No more chasing what was or fearing what might be. She'd breathe, feel her feet on the earth, and smile. Mindfulness became her refuge, a quiet strength in the market's roar. This is the Buddha's fourth gift, presence. It's not escape, it's embrace. Think of a tree in a gale. It bends, not breaks, rooted deep. Yin didn't silence the crowd. She anchored herself in it. Next time a customer haggled hard, she paused, felt her breath, and listened, not to argue, but to be. Her calm softened them too, a silent gift passed along. Presence isn't passive, it's power, turning noise into a canvas for peace. Let's taste it now. Wherever you are, feel your seat beneath you, the air on your skin. Breathe in, notice a sound, a hum, a bird, a voice. Breathe out, let it be. That's all. The Buddha taught that mindfulness is a lamp, lighting what's true. Yin found it in her stall, feeling the moment instead of fighting it. What do you hear right now? What anchors you here? This simple act roots us, no matter the storm. This lives in real stories. I met a cook, bow, in a hectic kitchen, orders piling, heat rising, chaos every night. He'd curse under his breath, rush, and burn out. Then he heard a Buddhist prayer. This moment is enough. He tried it. Chopping onions, he'd focus, knife on wood, the sharp scent, his steady hands. No rush, no dread, just now. The kitchen didn't slow, but Bao did. His food tasted better, his nights felt lighter. Mindfulness turned drudgery into art. Bao's shift shows why this matters. The Buddha knew we wander, mind drifting to regrets, plans, fears. In Zenteachings, Thich Nhat Hanh says, "The present moment is your true home. Return to it, and peace follows." Bao didn't quit cooking, he cooked awake. Yin didn't leave the market, she lived it fully. Next time you're swept away by work, noise, worry, pause. Feel your breath, hear a sound, be here. It's a reset, small but mighty. Let's practice now. Stand or sit, eyes open or closed, and feel your feet. Firm, grounded. Breathe in, notice your hands, warm, still, alive. Breathe out, hear the world, soft or loud, it's okay. Stay for 3 breaths. The Buddha perfected this, watching leaves fall, fully present. Bao felt it slicing vegetables, Yin selling fruit. You can too. Where are you right now? Not tomorrow's task, not yesterday's fight. This breath, this place. Feel it bloom. Why does presence calm us? It cuts the chains of what if and if only. I knew a writer, Linh, who'd obsess, deadlines looming, past flops haunting her. She'd freeze, mind racing everywhere but here. Then she tried a Zen trick. Touch the now. She'd sit, feel her pen, hear the clock tick, breathe the room's air. Words flowed again, not forced but free. In the Anapanasati Sutta, the Buddha taught that presence stills the mind's chatter, opening space for clarity. This isn't abstract, it's yours. Think of your day, dishes piling, phone buzzing, thoughts tugging. We scatter, lost in a dozen places. But what if you stayed? I saw a mother, with 3 kids, noise nonstop, patience thin. She'd yell, then sink in guilt. A monk suggested, be where you are. Next tantrum, she knelt, felt the floor, heard their cries without fleeing. She softened, they calmed. Presence held her, a lifeline in the whirlwind. The Buddha's secret here is focus, not force, but flow. In Buddhist prayer, we chant, I dwell in this moment, awake and free. It's a vow to return. Linh wrote with it, my mothered with it, Bao cooked with it. What pulls you away today? A task, a memory, a fear? Right now, feel your breath, touch something real, a cup, a chair. Come back. The Dhammapada calls this the island within, safe from any tide. Let's weave this into life. Next time you're rushed, traffic, a call, a chore, pause. Feel your body, feet solid, hands resting. Breathe in a sound, breathe out a worry. No rush, just this. Zen Master Dogen said, time is presence, don't miss it. Linh found it in her pen, Mai in her kids' voices. Try it once today, wash a dish, feel the water, hear the splash. Peace hides in plain sight. This builds on compassion, grounding it in now. Yin lived it at her stall, Bao in his kitchen, Lin at her desk. The Buddha taught that mindfulness is the heart of awakening. Here, alive, whole. In the Majjhima Nikaya, he likened it to a gatekeeper, watching thoughts without chasing them. Feel your breath now, fast, slow? That's you, present. The secret deepens, moment by moment. Here's your fourth tool, presence. It's yours, always waiting. Bao wielded it in steam, Yin in crowds, Mai in chaos. What scatters you? A loud world, a busy mind? Start small, one breath, one sound. The Buddha promised this roots us, growing peace from the ground up. Let's nurture it together, step by step. Let's journey deeper together, exploring how peace unfolds through acceptance. Picture a rainy day, gray skies stretching wide, drops tapping relentlessly on a tin roof. Beneath it, a man named Phong sits by his window, sipping tea, his face serene. What keeps him calm when others might curse the gloom? The Buddha taught us to embrace what is, not what we wish. In the Dhammapada, he said, happiness follows a mind that accepts, like a shadow follows the body. Acceptance isn't surrender, it's wisdom, a key to unshakable calm. Phong once fought life's reins. He'd fume at delays, mourn lost plans, his days of battle against what wouldn't bend. One afternoon, soaked in late, he heard a Zen teaching. The storm doesn't care if you rage, let it be, and you'll dry. It sank in. He stopped shaking his fist at the sky. Instead, he watched the rain, felt its rhythm, and breathed with it. No more resisting, just resting in what was. Acceptance turned his frustration into a quiet song, humming beneath the downpour. This is the Buddha's fifth gift, equanimity. It's not apathy, it's balance. Think of a lake. Storms ripple its surface, but its depths stay still. Phong didn't stop the rain. He stopped warring with it. Next time a bus ran late, he stood, felt the air, and thought, this is now. His pulse slowed, his mind cleared. Acceptance didn't change the delay. It changed him, a soft strength that carried him through. Let's touch it now. Think of something you can't shift, a cold day, a long wait, a small ache. Breathe in, say silently, it's here. Breathe out, I let it stay. Don't push, don't pull, just be. The Buddha taught that resistance fuels suffering. Acceptance frees us. Phong found this by his window, watching drops fall. What can you accept right now? A sound, a feeling? This gentle, yes, opens a door to peace. This lives in real moments. I met a shopkeeper, Tui, who'd stress over slow sales, glaring at empty aisles. She'd tally losses, her mood souring with each quiet hour. Then she heard a Buddhist prayer. All things rise and pass. Rest in their flow. She tried it. When sales dipped, she'd sweep her shop, feel the broom, hear it scrape. No clinging to what should be, just tending what was. Her shoulders eased, her smile returned. Acceptance made her shop a haven, not a cage. Tui's peace proves it. We don't need control to be calm. The Buddha saw this. Life shifts, seasons turn, nothing stays. In Zenteachings, Thich Nhat Hanh says, smile to the cloud in your tea. It's passing too. Tui didn't force customers. She flowed with the day. Phong didn't dry the rain. He drank his tea. Next time life stalls, power out, plans off, pause. Feel it, don't fix it. Ask, what's steady beneath this? That's where peace hides. Let's practice now. Sit or stand, breathe in, notice something. A clock ticking, a tight muscle. Breathe out, say, I see you, I accept you. Repeat 3 times. Feel the fight soften, just a bit. The Buddha mastered this, sitting through heat and cold, unshaken. Tui felt it in her shop, Phong by his window. You can too. What's stirring you now? A glitch, a mood? Let it be, breathe with it. Peace grows in that space. Why does this work? It ends the war within. We waste energy resisting. A late friend, a spilled drink, a gray mood. I knew a driver, son, who'd honk at every jam. His face red, his day ruined. Then he tried a Zen trick. Bow to what is. Stuck again, he'd nod, feel his wheel, hear the horns like a strange song. His anger faded, his drive smoothed. In the Samyutta Nikaya, the Buddha taught that acceptance stills the mind's waves, revealing calm below. This isn't just talk, it's life. Think of your own battles. A broken gadget, a rude call, a restless night. We push back, tense up, lose ground. But what if we didn't? I saw a teacher, Han, face a noisy class. Kids wild, her plans shot. She'd scold, then slump. A monk said, meet it as it is. Next chaos, she sat, heard the shouts, felt her chair. She smiled, they quieted. Acceptance held her steady, a rock in the stream. The Buddha's secret here is ease, not struggle, but trust. In Buddhist prayer, we chant, I rest in what arises, at peace with all. It's a promise to lean in. Sun drove with it. Han taught with it. Tui sold with it. What do you resist today? A delay, a pain, a thought? Right now, breathe, feel it sit. Don't shove it away. The Sutta Nipata calls this the unshaken heart, calm amid any tide. Let's weave this into your day. Next time plans break, a meeting shifts, rain falls, pause. Feel your breath, notice the moment. Wet shoes, a sigh. Breathe in, this is. Breathe out, it's okay. No force, just flow. Zen Master Dogen said, to accept is to understand. Nothing lacks. Sun found it in traffic, Han in her class. Try it once. Sip your drink, feel its warmth, hear its quiet. Peace nestles in that yes. This builds on presence, softening it with surrender. Phong lived it by rain. Tui in her shop, sun on the road. The Buddha taught that equanimity is freedom, letting life be, we're unbound. In the Majjhima Nikaya, he likened it to a bird soaring, light yet strong. Feel your hands now clenched loose. Breathe, accept them. The secret ripens, steady and sure. Here's your fifth tool, acceptance. It's a gentle power, yours to hold. Tui wielded it in silence, Phong in storms, Han in noise. What tugs you now? A glitch, a weight? Start small, one breath, one nod. The Buddha promised this balances us, rooting peace in life's flux. Let's grow it together, calm within the chaos. Let's walk further together, seeing how peace shines through gratitude. Imagine a dusty road, sun blazing, a woman named Na trudging home after a long day. Her bag is heavy, her feet ache, yet she hums softly, a faint smile on her lips. What lifts her when others might complain? The Buddha taught us to cherish what's here, not chase what's missing. In the Sutta Nipata, he said, with a heart of gratitude, one finds contentment, free from craving. Gratitude isn't just thanks, it's a light, brightening even the roughest paths. Na wasn't always this way. She'd grumble at small wages, envy others' ease, her mind a knot of want. One evening, tired and broke, she heard a Zen teaching. Look at what you have, a breath, a step, a sky. It struck her. She paused, felt the air cool her skin, saw the sunset paint the fields. She whispered a Buddhist prayer. For this moment, I am thankful. No more yearning, just seeing. Gratitude turned her dusty walk into a quiet gift, a treasure she'd overlooked. This is the Buddha's sixth gift, appreciation. It's not denial, it's vision. Think of a flower in cracked earth. It blooms where it stands, not wishing for richer soil. Not in erase her struggles, she lit them with thanks. Next time her boss snapped, she breathed, thought, I have work, a roof. Her heart lifted, her day softened. Gratitude didn't fix the world, it reframed it, a gentle lens that steadied her steps. Let's feel it now. Wherever you are, breathe in, name one thing. A chair, a sound, a sip of water. Breathe out, say silently, thank you. Let it sink in. The Buddha taught that gratitude cuts greed, planting peace instead. Na found it on her road, thanking the dusk. What's near you now? A window, a voice? This small shift turns the ordinary into gold, grounding us in what's real. This thrives in real lives. I met a fisherman, Tam, who'd curse lean catches, glaring at empty nets. He'd stew, his mood dark as the sea. Then he heard a Buddhist prayer. For what I receive, I give thanks. He tried it. Hauling a small haul, he'd feel the boat rock, hear the waves, and nod. It's enough, he'd say. His hands steadied, his nights eased. Gratitude didn't fill his nets, it filled his heart, a calm born from seeing plenty in little. Tam's story shows why this matters. The Buddha knew we chase more time, more stuff, more ease, missing what's here. In Zenteachings, Thich Nhat Hanh says, each breath is a miracle, each step a joy. Tam didn't need a big catch, he had the sea. Na didn't need wealth, she had the sky. Next time you lack money, rest, luck, pause. Name one gift, a meal, a friend. Feel it shift. Gratitude roots us, a quiet anchor in life's waves. Let's practice now. Sit or stand, breathe in, look around, see a light, a wall, a hand. Breathe out, say, I'm grateful for this. Repeat 3 times. Feel the warmth grow, subtle but sure. The Buddha honed this, smiling at simple rice, fully alive. Tam felt it on his boat, Na on her road. You can too. What's with you now? A scent, a touch? Let thanks rise, peace follows, soft as morning dew. Why does this calm us? It ends the hunt for more. We tire, comparing, craving, lost in lack. I knew a clerk, Bin, who'd sigh at his desk, small pay, dull days haunting him. Then he tried a Zen trick, count the good. He'd list a chair, a pen, a window's breeze. His frown faded, his work flowed. In the Anapanasati Sutta, the Buddha taught that gratitude stills desire, opening eyes to what's whole. Bin's desk didn't change, his gaze did. This isn't fluff, it's strength. Think of your day, bills due, rain soaking, plans fraying. We dwell on gaps, not gifts. But what if we flipped it? I saw a grandmother, Hoa, hobbling with a cane, yet beaming. She'd lost much, health, kin, yet said, I have this day, this sun. A monk taught her, give thanks and sorrow bows. Facing pain, she'd feel her breath, see the light, and smile. Gratitude held her, a flame in the dark. The Buddha's secret here is fullness, not want, but wonder. In Buddhist prayer, we chant, for all that is, I offer thanks, at peace within. It's a vow to see. Bin worked with it, Hoa lived with it, Tam fished with it. What dims your day? A chore, a loss. Right now, breathe, name a blessing, a roof, a sound. Feel it bloom. The Majjhima Nikaya calls this the contented heart, rich in any state. Let's weave this into life. Next time gloom hits, a late train, a flat tire, pause. Feel your breath, spot one good, a bag, a tree. Breathe in, I have this. Breathe out, it's enough. No chase, just thanks. Zen Master Dogen said, gratitude is enlightenment's root. All shines. Been founded in ink, Hoa in her cane. Try it once. Hold a cup, feel its weight, say thanks. Peace glows in that nod. This builds on acceptance, lighting it with joy. Now walked it home, Tam sailed it out, Bin typed it in. Irrelevant, the Buddha taught that gratitude is awakening's friend. Seeing plenty, we're free. In the Sutta Nipata, he likened it to a lamp, brightening dusk. Feel your pulse now, fast, slow? Thank it. The secret deepens, warm and wide. Here's your 6th tool, gratitude. It's a quiet spark, yours to kindle. Tam lit it on water, Na on dust, Hoa in age. What dulls you now? Await. Start small, one breath, one thanks. The Buddha promised this fills us, growing peace from what's here. Let's tend it together, step by step. Let's pause here together, reflecting on the journey we've shared toward inner peace. Picture a quiet dawn, sky blushing pink, the world hushed before the rush begins. That's the calm we've sought, a stillness the Buddha promised within life's storms. We've walked through breath, letting go, compassion, presence, acceptance, and gratitude. 6 simple secrets, yet vast as the sky. In the Dhammapada, he said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." This isn't a distant dream. It's yours, woven into every step, every moment we've explored. Think back to Linh, who found stillness on her park bench, breathing through a noisy world. Or Tuan, the driver, counting breaths in traffic, turning rage into calm. Kwa let go of control, softening his home with patience. Duk sent kindness to strangers, steadying his train rides. Yin stayed present at her stall, grounding herself in chaos. Phong accepted the rain, sipping tea in peace. Na thanked her dusty road, lighting it with joy. Each story mirrors you. Ordinary lives, extraordinary calm, all from the Buddha's gentle wisdom. What ties these threads? A truth. Peace isn't perfection, it's practice. The Buddha didn't erase life's mess. He taught us to live it awake. In Zenteachings, Thich Nhat Hanh whispers, "You have enough. You are enough. Smile." Linh didn't need silence, just her breath. Phong didn't need sun, just his window. Na didn't need wealth, just her thanks. You don't need a new world, just these tools, small keys unlocking a calm mind amid chaos. Let's revisit them. Breath anchors us. Try it now. Feel the air, steady and free. Letting go lightens us. Release a worry, watch it drift. Compassion connects us. Wish someone well, feel your heart widen. Presence roots us. Hear a sound, be here. Acceptance balances us. Nod to what is, ease follows. Gratitude fills us. Name a gift, let it glow. These aren't rules, they're gifts, born beneath the Bodhi tree, shared across centuries, alive in you today. This journey's heart is simple. You hold the calm you seek. The Buddha saw chaos, wars, loss, doubt, yet sat unshaken, eyes soft, heart open. In the Sutta Nipata, he taught, "The wise one dwells at peace, free from clinging, full of joy." Linh sat, Tuan drove, Na walked, all wise in their way, all free. You can too. Chaos won't vanish. Deadlines, noise, fears persist, but you can shift, breathe, soften, and shine through it all. What did this stir in you? A flicker of calm, a new lens, a quiet strength? I've seen it work. Bao cooking with presence, Hoa selling with acceptance, been writing with thanks. Each found peace not by fleeing, but by facing life with the Buddha's tools. In Buddhist prayer, we chant, "May I be peaceful, may I be free." It's not a wish, it's a seed, sprouting each time you pause, breathe, and choose calm over storm. So where do we land? You've met Lin's breath, Duke's kindness, Tam's gratitude, pieces of a mosaic, a path to peace. The Buddha's secret isn't hidden. It's here, in your hands, your heart. In the Majjhima Nikaya, he likened it to a lotus rising from mud, beauty born from mess. Your mess, your day, your storms, holds that beauty too. What will you carry forward? A breath, a thanks, a gentle yes? That's the seed of calm, growing with every step. Let's tie this close. Think of your day, rushed mornings, loud streets, racing thoughts. These tools meet you there. Breath cuts tension, compassion heals rifts, gratitude lights shadows. The Buddha didn't promise ease, he promised freedom, a mind unshaken by chaos. Zen Master Dogen said, "Awakening is in the ordinary, don't miss it." Linh didn't, Phong didn't, you don't have to. Right now, feel your breath, hear this moment. Peace is here, waiting. What's your takeaway? We've walked far, 6 gifts, countless stories, one truth. Calm is within reach. Maybe it's Kwa's patience in fatherhood, Yin's presence in crowds, or Tui's ease in quiet aisles. Each shows peace isn't elsewhere, it's now. In the Anapanasati Sutta, the Buddha taught, mindfulness brings clarity, clarity brings peace. You've tasted it, breathing with Phong, thinking with Na. What resonates most? What will you try today, amid your own chaos? Here's the heart of it all. You're enough. Life spins, storms brew, yet you can stand like Duk, soft yet strong. The Buddha's secret, breath, release, love, now, yes, thanks, is yours, a lantern in the dark. In Buddhist prayer, we say, I rest in this truth, calm and awake. Lin rested, Tam rested, you can rest. What's your storm today? A task, a fight, a fear. Pause, pick one tool, let it guide you. Peace isn't far, it's this breath, this choice. Now, a gentle question, what could shift if you carried this forward? A calmer morning, a softer word, a lighter heart? The Buddha sat, saw, shared, so we could too. In Zenteachings, we hear, the path is yours, walk it. Now walked, been worked, sun drove, all found calm. You can too. Try one practice today, breathe in traffic, thank a meal, accept a delay. Feel the difference, subtle but real. What might bloom in you? Let's end with this. Peace is a gift you give yourself. Lin gave it, Phong gave it, Hoa gave it. Now it's yours. The Buddha's wisdom isn't old, it's alive, here, in us. What's one step you'll take? Maybe a breath before work, a kind wish at dusk, a thanks tonight. Start small, see it grow. In the Dhammapada, he said, the calm mind shines, untouched by wind. Shine today, your chaos can't dim it. And here's a soft nudge. If this touched you, share it. Not for me, but for someone needing calm. Spread the peace we've found. Have you felt this before? A moment of stillness, a spark of thanks? Tell me below, I'd love to hear. Or try this today, pause, breathe, feel it shift, then share how it went. Want more Zenteachings, Buddhist prayer, Calmheal moments? Follow along. Let's keep this journey alive together.